And now the 419 with Gretchen DeBacker, Matt Killam, and Kevin Mullen.
Actually,
welcome into the 419, powered by WGTE and presented by Witro Wealth Management. I'm Kevin Mullen.
Gretchen DeBacker.
Matt Killam.
We're just chatting as the cameras turn on.
Yeah, you know, when I do my 10-second countdown and you guys tell me that I'm angry.
A lot of people don't understand, and I presume because it's, public radio.
And obvious.
There's a tremendous amount of counting.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's so much
I've never
math.
done so much counting in my life.
Yeah.
People are counting up. People are counting
Right.
down.
10 seconds till we have to wait. When do we start?
10 seconds to the 5 seconds
Right.
countdown.
Plus, we tune him out regardless.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, in 3, 2.
Yeah.
It's Wellness Wednesday.
It
We
is.
need it. And we need it.
Yes.
Presented by Workspring. Our good friend Paige Johnston is coming back onto the program, and we're going to talk about a topic that Matt has zero interest in.
That's right.
Environmental wellness.
That's it. Thank you. That's a real strong career move for me to say on the air.
Who cares about the outside?
Yes. Yeah. No. Paige has become a friend and dear friend of the show. It is a timely presentation today, as we've been waiting to get outside, and then we usually use a bunch of excuses to not get outside.
Right.
So we've got a calendar of things to talk about, not just from the park perspective, but how you should kind of be thinking about this. And for most people, it does take a commitment to putting this on your calendar, in my opinion. I'll show you, and Paige and I will talk about some ways to get out and do it.
Cool.
My in-laws sent a photo. They moved up into northern Michigan.
Oh.
And there is still 4 inches of snow on the ground at their house.
Wow, I couldn't take that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. So, I mean, do we think that we are officially in spring to summer, or?
Yeah, I think according to the Farmer's Almanac, which the two of you I know blow through.
I was just reading it this morning.
That's right. That's, never mind.
Wait, that was only farmers. Never mind. I was like, that's something totally different.
Yeah.
Farmers only.
Farmers only.
Yeah.
Only farmers is different. That's where you subscribe
Not
to a
to me.
farmer.
Lonely farmers. Wait, what is it? I don't know.
Yeah. And that's the show, folks. No, the Farmer's Almanac lifts the last frost warning Mother's Day weekend, which of course moves a little bit, but you shouldn't plant anything.
Which is?
May
9th.
That's the one.
Yep.
Anyway, I think we're in the clear from the weather perspective, but from a planting and I guess overall perspective, the last frost warning historically has been that late.
All right. There's your planting advice from our
I never
resident
thought we'd get to the Farmer's
herbologist.
Almanac today, but we also have some.
Botanist? I don't know. What are
Mr.
you?
Green Jeans?
Hey, April 19th. We've got a big show downtown
show.
celebrating 419 Day at Juke Mode.
Yes. 2 to 6 p.m.
Dietz Barbecue is going to be there. Ladder 419 is going to be there. Make your own Juke Mode T-shirts.
Yep.
WGTE will be there. The Metro Parks will be
PBS
there.
Kids will be there.
I love
There's
it.
a rib eating competition between me,
That's the second act.
Shane.
This started as a joke,
But it's
but I
real.
don't know that it even was ever a joke for Matt. I thought it was a joke. It
Yeah.
is 100%
Now, you can eat as many
serious.
ribs as you want without it being a contest.
So
Yeah, but
what we have not said yet
Yes.
is who our guests are going to be, and
This
this
show-
is
come on.
awesome.
I mean, Paige is great, but this show,
he can hear you.
it's going to be amazing.
Okay,
Okay, let's announce the guest. Kevin, you want to go or you want me to go?
do it.
Okay, the first guest is going to be the music director of the Toledo Symphony Orchestra and the artistic director of the Toledo Jazz Orchestra, Elaine Trudell, is going to be our first guest. Very excited for that. Did you have something to say?
Nope, keep going.
Then we're going to have Lucas County Commissioner Pete Gherkin will be our second guest. And then Toledo famous, big wig,
Yeah, he is big.
big.
Super-
He is big. And
local legend
Yeah.
Chris Wormley will be our third guest on the show.
Whitmer High School alum, Michigan man, Michigan
Yep.
football player, onto the NFL.
Don't hold that against him. Ohio State.
And now he's got his Wormley Family Foundation doing some really cool things. And has a celebrity softball game coming to Fifth
you
Third
playing
Field
it?
this summer.
Oh, Kevin will be arm wrestling Chris on 419 Day, which I think is brave.
Yeah,
It is brave.
yeah, I'm gonna
You
do
can do a
that.
lot with one hand, so don't worry about it.
Let's be clear. I could use my leg, and he would still win that.
Yeah.
So big guests, really excited. We hope everyone comes out and to see these fabulous guests and to be part of the live recording, which happens at 4:19 p.m.
More details at our social media channels. Follow 419 or WGTE on Facebook, Instagram, all the places you want to do the stuff.
That's right.
All right, so it's Wellness Wednesday here on the 419. We're going to be talking with Will Ziberjewski and Isaac Hacker, a couple of juniors from St. Francis de Sales School that are the LLS Visionaries of the Year.
Very cool.
We'll also have
Tech Lido. So we've got Darlene Cox and Christine Cromer coming on to talk about that second year great event that happens to be in the Metro Parks, but it's certainly just a much larger thing than just the park system.
But first, we're going to have Paige Johnston from Workspring. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll kick off our Wellness Wednesday presented by Workspring on the 419.
Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at witroadvisors.com.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you. Thank you.
Introducing The Local Thread, a community news series uniting voices and storytellers from across the region. In partnership with La Prensa, the Toledo Free Press, the Sojourner's Truth, Toledo Public Schools, and Rethinking Jails and Justice. The Local Thread brings you stories and conversations that connect our community. Hear it weeknights at 7 on FM 91 with early access on podcast platforms each morning. The Local Thread, only on WGTE.
Welcome back into the 419. It's Wellness Wednesday, presented by Workspring. We're joined now by our good friend from Workspring and friend of the show, Paige Johnston. Paige, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Paige, do you like to be identified as a friend of ours?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I love it. It's
Because
good.
we've done it, but I don't think we asked for your
It's good.
consent.
I think you're my friends.
I never thought about
Yeah.
I never thought about asking consent on me identifying
On
someone as a
friendship?
friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
okay with that?
Yeah, that's
Are
right.
you
okay with
okay with
this?
being
The
associated?
safety word for friendship is no.
Yeah. Paige, just for folks that may not have caught your previous conversations, so you are a senior wellness consultant at Workspring.
I'm actually the wellness director at Workspring.
Well, that's what that's why
that's
I
totally
said that.
fine.
So I
Totally
just teed
fine.
you up for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Because we're friends.
We do a lot of cool stuff at Workspring in
Yes.
terms of wellness. I mean, we do a lot in HR space too, but wellness is kind of my sweet spot. So what we really do is try to help organizations find different wellness programming to input into their organizations and build up their culture so everyone feels kind of well-rounded in all different areas of life.
At the risk of going down a road that you don't want to go down
Yeah.
On a TV and radio program, I mean, does Workspring ever get it wrong?
Yeah, of course. There's no right way, right and wrong way. Everyone gets it wrong sometimes. Trial and error. Just personal preference. Yeah.
Tee up for that. I mean,
we
but
do.
I think like you expect like you're the expert, right?
Yeah.
So like, of course you're going to get right every time. But I think the reality that it's hard,
It's
right?
so hard.
And it's personal.
Yes, exactly. Wellness is very personal and it's different for everyone. So one of the things too is you kind of have to try some different things until you find the sweet spot, especially working with companies because everyone has a different culture.
The culture's right,
Different
right.
dynamics. You work with a lot of different people in different industries. So, I mean, some things work for others and they don't. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't get it right, but we really try our best to do so.
I've been using avoidance. Is
Probably
that
not the best.
Not the best.
Not the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
As a
we usually
policy.
we usually don't recommend that.
Short-term success.
yeah.
Long-term, maybe not so much.
Real success.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, so the topic of the day is environmental wellness. What does that mean?
So we really look at it as somewhat tied back to mental health too. So looking at how it really impacts you personally by being outside and doing different things in the community and making sure that you're really taking a little bit of what you like to do and making a little movement out of it. So here in Toledo, we have a ton of different things that you can do, especially outside. So yesterday it was like 76, 77. To the whole week it's going to be in the 70s.
And
It's a-
sun.
Yes, it's
Yes.
a perfect time to get outside. And what you'll see is you'll actually see your mental health also be impacted because you're outside and your stress hormones will be down. Even 10 to 20 minutes of being outside makes a huge difference. So that's some of the things that we're really talking to our groups that we're out this week is take advantage of this nice weather because it's it's been a long time since we've had it, and everyone you'll see is just happier.
It goes all the way back to grade school days where we used to beg the teacher to have class outside.
Yes.
When it was nice.
Honestly.
But what, during the workday, what can you do to get a little bit of that outside energy?
So it's hard in some buildings, but even sitting by a window, moving where you are working. So if you're sitting at your desk, some people can't always get away, but maybe moving space. So maybe you can't sit necessarily outside, but move from your desk to a window, or go sit in maybe like a more communal space and be around others. That can make a huge difference.
I was gonna say, I've been keeping the window open in my office in Sylvania, and it is like, even if it's just a little cold, just
The
having
fresh
that
air.
open, makes a world of difference.
difference.
Right. Plus, it needs to be aired out. So, Paige, but this, not dissimilar to almost everything we talked about, the individual does have to make a commitment to it, right?
Yes,
so,
for sure.
I know this is going to be trite or seem obvious to most, but it does bear repeating. Any hacks or any way to, is this something that you have to commit to on your calendar? What's a good way to making sure that you're getting, to your point, these things only take 15 or 20 minutes, but that's what people say about a lot of things and don't actually make the time. What are a couple little things that people can do to get themselves started or to make a commitment to at least the baby steps of this?
Yeah, so one of the big things that we're seeing people do is, okay, we're gonna take 10 minutes before we actually take lunch and sit down and eat, and we're gonna do a lap around the building, or we're gonna go outside, or even we can eat lunch and then we can just walk around and start moving a little bit more. That makes a huge difference. Or before you go home, block out an extra like 10 or 15 minutes
Great
before
advice.
you even get home to stop at a park. Our metro parks are so close. You could do a quick lap around a different trail and then get home still at a decent time. Even building in just a little bit of extra movement and planning, making sure you have a plan so you can't talk yourself out of it. Acting like it's an appointment is huge.
That is such good advice, and handling it exactly that way. And I think there's little things as well, and we can get to the outdoors here in just a second, but not choosing to take the closest parking spot,
Huge.
Stuff like that. I know that seems dumb, but that I frequently joke about wanting to leave the show. No, I frequently,
That we joke about that.
yeah, but you're not joking.
About you.
A frequent, everybody got it, Gretchen. Gretchen is sort of the Lee Harvey Oswald of jokes. So.
He was a
don't get
comedian?
So I work in the park. That was hysterical. I am the person who works in the parks the most, but has the least amount of steps, right? I mean, that just is how it works. So there are little things you can do, but I love that 10 minutes right before you get home, before you hit inevitably the couch or whatever the metaphor is there. That's tough to get back up then.
Yeah, it is. And one of the other things too is if you have a buddy, whether it's at home or at work, just saying, hey, do you want to go do this with me really quick? And it's just someone else to hold you accountable. It helps too to just challenge yourself with others. Like, hey, we're going to each get 20 minutes of movement in today.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how, but movement is.
Gretchen, the farmers you're meeting online, just on acreage, I would think that gives just a real opportunity.
Right, but they're on the tractor.
Yeah,
So
you can
that's not
chase the
moving.
tractor.
Right, I do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're not getting the movement that they need.
That's right. God, you are thoughtful.
I
Yeah.
do. So, I mean, Matt, we're talking about steps, right? I mean, I know,
Yeah, sorry.
like,
That's what we're talking about.
I just
that
love
was
the-
mentioned.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
trying to
so
bring
the
us
visual
back.
of you chasing after the tractor.
Well, you see me run, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you're strong.
Steps, right?
Lord.
So
Yeah, sorry.
everybody's got, I feel like everybody's got some device on their wrist now that is keeping track of how many steps they have.
Or
Is
ankle.
the number? You all right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You sponsor this for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Laughing is about wellness.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right. I'm going to attempt to ask a serious question.
going,
But
Kevin.
Does 10,000 steps, does that matter?
I mean, it's recommended. It's definitely better to get more steps, but you don't want to be aggressive with it and try for like 25 or 30. But 10,000 is usually pretty standard of someone being active throughout the day. So
Is that where that number came from?
it's activity. So one of the things are too is maybe you're not getting 10,000 steps, but you are making sure you're blocking out 10 or 20 minutes
Yes,
of
it
movement,
does.
or even micro movements where it's like, oh, I'm going to stand for a little bit, or I'm going to take a call and do a walking call, which some people find a little frustrating, but then you're outside and then the person on the other line too is like, oh, if you're walking, I'm going to walk too.
Right.
And it just helps boost more activity across the board.
Catch
Do
up on
you
your
use
voicemails, things like that.
Yeah.
Go
Do
ahead,
you
I'm
use
sorry.
or do you or anyone at your office use one of the standing desks?
Yeah, we have standing desks, and they do make a huge difference. And before we didn't have them, we would like set our laptops up on different tabletops that were higher just because.
Make interns hold them.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it makes a difference to stand a little bit because you get really tired when you're sitting all day. So if you're standing a little bit and you're moving just even a little bit more,
Sure.
it helps your focus and your mental clarity.
I've got a standing desk in my office downtown, and I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't set sometimes they recommend like setting like a timer or something to remind you like to switch. But more often than not, I'll just stand all day. It's great.
Interesting.
I mean, do you guys don't?
No,
do
I
the standing
try
desk?
I move locations. I have sort of decentralized work experience, so I get up and move probably every hour, indiscriminate with the work, or make sure that I meet people that make me have to get up and go somewhere. There's a myriad of reasons for that, which you're probably now privy to after my laughing fit. But I do want to make mention of it as this is not selfishly motivated because any green space can check the box for this, including the block around your home. But we do have a metro park within 5 miles of every Lucas County resident, but there's 120 plus city parks. There's a tremendous, Wood County has a great park system led by a really great individual. Sylvania has a rec league and a great park system as well. And people are just kicking off their spring programming, which almost every institution has a continuum of services or a way to get you in. So there's a lunchtime walk, or you can walk around the manor house if you're interested in going to Wildwood. But there's something activating all those spaces. But people can, as they have for almost 100 years, visit the trails in the Metro Park system and others. And they're well maintained, certainly, but there is a mile walk. There's a half-mile portion of it, the ways to plug in and plug out of it. So I think, Paige, to your point, just do something. We have a bunch of people, as do the other systems, that can answer calls, say, where should I go? Or what's something I can do in my lunch break? Is there something we can do in 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, which X amount of steps? So all those things can be somewhat catered to you. But the outside does do this. You don't have to be training for, Paige is a runner, you don't have to be training for a marathon to get this with the intrinsic value of the outdoors. Vitamin D, just a little bit of sun on you makes a big difference. We've been if we did blood tests this morning, all of us would be vitamin D deficient. I'm certain of that because that's just the nature of living in Northwest Ohio, right? So sitting on a park bench, looking at water, walking from your car, you said park bench gets it going, and there's a bunch of different places to take in. We have the trail challenge at the park system, which also gives you a reward system, which is decals to put on your water bottle to visit all 19 of ours. But man,
Is that going on now?
it's going on now.
So cool.
Yeah.
What is a way that people can get their kids and family involved?
That's a good
to motivate them to get moving too.
That's great. There are a lot of programs for young kids too, and I live in Sylvania, so my kids are in the Sylvania recreational, all the different sport, and it's a very low cost activity to get everyone involved. There's a lot of volunteer opportunities for parents too that have zero experience, so that kind of helps dabble into teaching them how to play different sports or getting active. The Glass City's coming up. I think they have a 5K and then like a child's fun run. Before, I think these are some things that are going on in our community that you can easily do to get engagement. Bird Week's coming up, isn't that in May?
That's right. First 2 weeks of May.
And that's a big thing too, where people can just get outside and show their kids the different birds and different activity that we have right here in Northwest Ohio that you kind of overlook once you're here and not really thinking about it.
I'm wanting to inspire my coworkers or my employees to be more active, to get outside more often. What are some of the examples of workplace programs that you've seen that are successful?
It's really lead by example. If you seem really stressed and I have no time for movement, I can't be active or I can't do anything today, other people are going to kind of trickle down and feel that too. So if you're taking time like, hey, let's start our day as a walking meeting, or let's take 5 or 10 minutes, or I'm going to actually sit and eat my lunch outside today, and everyone sees you do it, then people start to feel like they can do it too. Not that leaders aren't very busy, because they are, but I think if you start to do a little bit, they'll kind of follow.
Yeah. You're meeting anyway.
Yeah,
so you can
might as
decide
well.
where to go.
Is there a point where, like, I mean, I imagine there's a point where you can take it too far, but
Yeah.
like, how do you know that, you know, the difference between creating the opportunity and forcing a behavior?
I could jump in
Yeah.
on one thing to me is this has nothing to do with weight or weight loss. So that is something that we always try to dial into the parks experience. This is about, I guess, fitness to some degree, but this isn't about your aesthetics. We want people to feel good or improve or use the muscle between their ears as much as anything. So I'm sorry to cut in before an actual expert in this space, but I think that's important. This isn't about you or making you feel bad about yourself. It's the inverse. So I think that is a danger or something that we from the Metro Parks perspective, try to thread that needle. Our challenges are to just go out and do something. We don't want you tracking calories or anything like that. We want you to track feeling good.
And that's a big piece too, is you'll notice even if you're out this week, you feel better once you've been outside, or even like 10 to 20 minutes of sunlight can affect your mental health. There's a ton of studies out there about just being outdoors. And when you really tie it back to fitness and it's like, oh, I have to run today, or I have to be active for at least an hour, and it becomes really obsessive, then it gets a bad it's a bad association.
We have got some of the St. Francis kids in here, so I hate to say this in front of them, but being an adult, you've got plenty of stuff to feel happy about.
You do.
You don't need to add more onto your life.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you want to feel good, and it is just being active, being outdoors, making sure you have some clarity. Vitamin D is huge, and like you said, we're all here in Ohio where it's not necessarily the sunniest place, but the more you're outside, the better you feel, and that's what's really important is how you feel.
Paige Johnston with Workspring here on a Wellness Wednesday on the 419, presented by Workspring. Thank you so much. If people want more information on Workspring, where can they find it?
Workspring.org, our
Awesome.
website, all the stuff there.
Walk on down to your office, right?
Yeah, we're close. We're on Jefferson.
There you go.
Old
That's real
post
close.
office.
All right, I gotta come see you guys.
Yeah, we have
and
great
if only
space.
if only because I can walk there to get a coffee.
We can meet and
from
walk.
Johnny.
Yes,
and
the
have your lunch
coffee's
outside,
great.
right?
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. When we come back, we will have Will Ziberjewski and Isaac Hacker from St. Francis, the LLS Visionaries of the Year. We'll be right back on the 419.
To me, community means connecting to others.
I'm Donnie Miller, and welcome to The Point.
I love CBS Kids!
We're a community committed to education. Discover new ideas, dive into exciting subjects, and engage with the world around you.
I would send them personally a T-shirt. Crime doesn't pay in the old West End, pass it on. That's how we cleaned up the neighborhood.
Vision loss for people is not the end.
It's a story, it's the next chapter.
WGTE Public Media invites you to Get Out and Play Day.
Monday through Friday, it's the 419 powered by WGTE. With Matt Killam, Gretchen DeBacker, I'm Kevin Mullen. What can people expect on the show?
It's going to be an hour, a reminder of why this is a great place to live, work, and play.
WGTE, where you come to watch, listen, and learn.
Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE. It's Wellness Wednesday, presented by Workspring. And one of the things you can do for wellness is work with your friends, support a good cause, and make a difference in the community. That's what our next guests did. We're pleased to be joined by 3 juniors from St. Francis de Sales School. We've got Will Ziberjewski. Well, let me run it in order. Isaac Hacker, Will Ziberjewski, and Aiden Britt from St. Francis. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You guys are the LLS, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Visionaries of the Year. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What,
Good job.
What is all of this?
yeah, Isaac, why don't you tell us what is the Visionaries of the Year?
So it's a program where students can get involved. Our task was just to raise money for blood cancer awareness, blood cancer research. So we are tasked to head a team of students and to reach out to our community, whoever we know, family, friends, and raise money for the cause.
Will, why was this important to you?
I think personally, I had the opportunity before this campaign began to go to Toledo Hospital, and I was able to tour a pediatric care unit for cancer. It was very touching, as you can imagine, very sad and kind of convicting, spiritually. So that definitely got me involved. I've had multiple relatives that have died of cancer, so That was definitely a personal initiative, and I was just happy to get involved, get some exposure, you know, in the business world, because as you can imagine, that's a lot of networking. So I thought that was very valuable, and also just to work on some of my leadership skills.
Sure.
Aiden, how about you? Why did you want to get involved in this program?
This program obviously looks good on college, but then the deeper meaning is like the suffering that happens from cancer and out the world. I just want to do my part, make an impact on that, and do what I can.
Yeah.
What did the team look like, right? So it was obviously the three of you guys, but then what was the broader group that was involved in
Give us their
raising
height and weight.
All 18.
Well, let me ask you this. How much did you guys, so you guys were the top student program in Northwest Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the total amount you guys raised?
So initially, for our finale, you know, when they announced all our stuff, our number was $173,000.
No way.
But we actually received some exciting news a couple days ago. I put in a petition to Well Tower to basically be put into a voting style donation, you know, program. And this wouldn't have been decided or announced until the campaign was over, but I learned that you can still donate to the cause up until June 30th. So I figured it may not be recognized, but it'd be a great way to, you know, just add something, you know, personally or
Speaking
as a
of
group.
having a deeper meeting, right?
Absolutely.
This is after the.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So that got us up to just about $190,000.
That's amazing.
So,
That's amazing.
Incredible. That's
And
awesome.
so the LLS, they don't necessarily manage how you guys can do this, right? They might give you a few tools in the toolbox, but basically they let the team go out and do whatever they want to try to raise this money. So what were some of the things that you guys did?
I mean, they have some like things for us to do, like a letter writing campaign. So we all made a list of addresses and letters. We made one letter and we kind of all blasted them out there. So that was like for our kickoff. And then after that, they have us do some little things here and there, send text messages like that. But I think the best thing was family members, I think, and like friends of my parents.
Sure.
Really helped. I mean, obviously, using my dad's connections or parents' connections is kind of how you get out there. And we were very succful in doing
It's an
that.
important lesson for the rest of your lives, too. Just frequently who you know, not necessarily what you know.
It's all about who you know.
At the risk of putting you all on the spot, was there part of it that was more of a challenge than you expected, not just experiencing that? I regrettably I had multiple experience in a children's oncology ward. It is a nightmare in different ways, not that there aren't success stories, but usually less, regrettably. But from the networking standpoint, none of you seem particularly shy to me, but you are comparatively young people. Was there something about this that you had to kind of coach yourself up to or you thought was difficult?
I would say one thing for me, just kind of on a leadership, you know, front, I would say you kind of always run into maybe a lack of motivation.
Sure.
Or some different people really not being as, you know, active as some other people. So I think that was a really valuable lesson that I learned in leading a team, trying to kind of overcome that. And then, like you said, with networking, I would say people don't even realize like how hard it is to get in touch with people. You can have a phone number, an email, anything you want.
It's not a one-off.
Right. It's
usually,
not.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
you really have to pry.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where the success is found if you can just keep prying, keep trying to get through.
Yes, sir.
And eventually you will. Right.
What about you?
I mean, I would agree. I think being a kid helps you and hurts you.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously going to an adult can be scary. Like we presented to some companies and going up in front of their like C-suite executives or whatever, it's kind of scary at first. But
Absolutely.
I think getting over it and just doing it, like, I don't know, you just build this confidence and then it gets easier and easier. But also being a kid helps you because adults are like, oh, it's a kid coming to me. Like, it's harder to say no.
Right.
Yeah.
So for something like this, it definitely is successful, I should say.
Yeah, I'd also say like had to do a few presentations against the business. It's not my strength, but I knew it coming into it, and I knew that like it's a good life skill to have, something I could improve on throughout the campaign. So I was just glad for the opportunity.
Now, would the team all do these together, or would you guys sort of divide and conquer?
Usually us, like the three of us, would head things. We had one of our team members kind of went above and beyond. She did some presenting on her own.
Yeah.
So we were really impressed with that. But we kind of headed most of
I
that.
wish we could have gotten her instead of you guys. She's so great.
She was very good.
Kate.
Yeah.
What is it about St. Francis de Sales High School that the mission or what you're learning there at school that teaches you or encourages you to become involved in things like this?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is servant leadership. That's a really kind of fundamental idea at our school, something that we're always learning about, talking about. We have different, seminars or, different classes and opportunities to learn more about that with servant leadership, obviously, with Catholicism and some of the stuff that we believe in. That's a really key idea of, gentle humbleness, right? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Kevin, you could have learned from that. Kevin, you had a question that we interrupted multiple times.
Well, let's talk about the team. So,
Can you guys describe humbleness to Kevin?
Yeah, you guys could explain that to me. That would be great.
Maybe like a few steps.
How much time we got?
All right. Wow. Yeah.
All right. I see how it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a phone call to Father Rose.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. No, talk to me about the team.
Yeah. Like I said, we had 18 people, I believe, including us.
Yep.
So from 4 different schools, our school, Ottawa Hills, St. Ursula, and then one from the school on airport. So,
Oh boy, okay.
St. John's.
They were the worst
St.
member,
John's
right?
Jesuit High School.
Yeah.
Great. At 5901 Airport Highway.
Yeah.
He's a graduate,
Give or take.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
So, how did you get those other students involved?
A lot of them were friends, like really close friends. We kind of just, at first we started approaching people and we were like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And they're like, sure. And then after we started to kind of, word spread a little bit, and then we'd have a few people reach out to us and ask, hey, can we be on your team? And we're like, yeah, like, are you willing to do this, and the other thing or whatever? And they're like, yeah, like that sounds like something I'm interested in, so.
It's really impressive that you, from the, decided to do this, built the team, led the team, and raised that much money. It's truly amazing. Congratulations to you on your efforts.
Did you have any pushback from the pro-cancer movement?
You know what? We did have someone we approached and we said, could you get in touch with your dad? And, we're doing blood cancer research and Blood Cancer United. He says, why would I donate to get more cancer? Like, cancer sucks.
Oh, boy.
Well, good. We agree.
You should unfriend that person.
Yeah.
Really.
Wow.
We're not researching how to give.
Yeah. What else are you guys involved in, either at St. Francis or in your community or with your families?
At St. Francis, I'll go with that first. I'm involved with we're all in the National Honor Society.
Good for you.
I'm on the baseball team.
What position?
I'm an outfielder.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then I do some other things like were we all in the leadership class there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Salesian leadership. So it kind of helped with this whole thing.
Yeah.
And like some clubs like ski club and just like some stuff like that.
You gotta be in ski club.
Yeah.
Way to sell it.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
One of the ones that I'm most, kind of active in is Teen Pep. So have you guys heard of that?
I was in the first Teen Pep class.
Really?
Yeah.
What is Teen Pep?
Alum.
Peers educating peers.
There you go. Take it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you fire. No one wants to listen to me talk.
Yeah, briefly, it's basically a way to kind of educate students on a more personal and comfortable level about some really serious topics.
Well, that's great.
Ones that kind of aren't, conventional to talk about in the classroom, but are definitely realistic. So we try and make like a comfortable environment. But I think with Teen Pep, that's a lot of public speaking, just getting up and being.
It's really intimidating.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've never had a tremendous fear of public speaking, but he's underselling, and good for you. You're speaking to large groups of high school kids about sexual abuse and an overwhelming amount of really challenging things. There was some role playing in my time, which was really difficult to do, and you're talking to your peers in other schools. One time we did it to like 1,400 kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, alive. But in
That's
my time,
remarkable.
they picked you to do it. At least that's so.
They still, it's selective.
It's an honor. That means that you're. How they selected you is it's the people who were trusted the most amongst the classes. So that's what your friends and peers think about you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
To that. Yeah.
Aiden, how about you?
Yeah.
Like Isaac said, National Honor Society, Salesian leadership. I play soccer for St. Francis.
What position?
Defender, center back.
My man. Same.
Nice. He played soccer in college. When is prom?
We just had it.
Oh boy. Okay. How was it?
Good.
Good.
Prom. School prom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice venue
Check
at the Pinnacle in Maumee.
Okay,
so
nice.
It's nice. But like you said, it's a school prom. So.
This is rapid fire. It's now time for Gretchen's Wacky Quiz. I'm going to ask you 4 rapid fire questions. Gretchen's going to ask you each to describe Toledo in one word. And then you're going to work together to give us your 9 favorite things in Toledo.
Okay.
All right?
And I'll hold your hand for that. We'll do it.
What was the last photo you took?
Photo? Probably just like a selfie. I don't know, me and like a buddy. I don't remember. But.
Sure, that's right.
Last photo I took was probably 10 minutes ago when I walked in. I thought that the studio set was really cool. I just took a picture of it.
All right, great.
I think it was like my work schedule.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, what's a question you would ask your pet if you could?
What's your life like? Like, I just want to know, like, if they enjoy sitting around and being a dog. Like,
Of course
dog
they do.
is the first one I think of.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would,
Probably ask him if he likes me.
Yeah.
Just so I know for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Sweet.
I asked my dog why she keeps stealing my socks. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
That's a good question.
That's a
Then
good
you find out
question.
it's not your dog, and that gets even weirder.
What's something that you find, Aiden, we're starting with you now, what's something you find utterly fascinating, but other people are just completely bored with?
Your work schedule?
Your sock loss.
I think other people are interested, but like space and all that, like
Yeah.
they just the new Artemis 2, they just have been
Obsessed with
interested
it.
in that.
It's
yeah.
so cool, yeah.
All that.
I would say, honestly, to kind of tip off him, space, but I'm also a little bit of like a conspiracist. I kind of like getting into that stuff.
Yeah.
So you think that was produced in Hollywood, is what you're saying?
No, actually, no.
I don't just think it, I can prove it.
Not the time.
So my answer is not going to sound as important anymore, but I was going to say, I just did a presentation about like black holes.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just look at the size comparison of like how tiny we are just in the
eat
universe.
matter. It's
Right,
terrifying.
exactly. It's like, how is that?
Yeah. You just want to tell everybody about it. Right. Okay.
What's a movie you think is completely overrated?
Overrated movie. Will first.
I'm a big movie guy. I
conspiracy?
wasn't a huge fan of Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, I can see
Everyone
that.
loves that movie, but I thought it was a little bit overrated.
Okay.
You might have to go to Isaac first. I'm trying to think.
I mean, I would just think recently Project Hail Mary, that new movie.
Really?
I really, really like the movie.
I haven't
but
seen it
I
yet.
think that the beginning was a little bit dragged out, and that's
But
for that reason.
you've seen a picture of Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
Don't get me wrong. Good movie.
These are
Calm
children.
down. Calm down. All right, let's just jump right into Gretchen.
Okay, a word that you would use to describe City, Toledo, or the region.
Home.
Aw,
Say alive.
Good.
my man.
Opportunity.
Excellent.
All right, guys, we're doing this together. I need 9 things. You can yell them at me because I'm not going to write them down anyway. Your favorite things about the city and/or region.
Mm-hmm.
And we can work together on
Yeah,
this.
just yell them out.
Okay.
You've met these guys before, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Toledo pickle.
Toledo pickle.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Favorite restaurant, favorite places
Ooh,
to go.
favorite restaurant.
Your mom's name.
Favorite park.
I like the real seafood.
Real seafood.
Okay.
Love it.
Let's go on.
Go ahead.
What's your, when you guys, when you go outside, what's your favorite metro park?
Oh, Oak Openings.
Man.
Love that. Mountain biking.
Okay.
Non-biking?
Mountain biking.
I'm taking that one too.
All
What
right.
else? What else are we doing outside? Or indoors? What do you like about?
Ooh, the rock climbing place.
Yes, Adventus.
Yes.
Love it. You got 3 more.
Okay.
There's 3 of you.
Let's go.
I would say Toledo Art Museum.
The Art
Nice.
Museum. We put that underneath the metro parks.
Okay. Mud hens.
Mud hens.
Okay. Aiden.
You're closing us out, brother.
Let's go with a restaurant, Mancy's Steakhouse.
Mancy's.
Okay.
The old.
I don't think anyone has said that yet.
All right.
Yep.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice. Awesome.
Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So much. Appreciate
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Incredible what you guys have done. Thank you so much. When we come back, we're going to be talking Tech Lido
Yes.
That's right. And more conspiracies.
and more conspiracy theories on the 419.
Give me
We'll be
a-
right back.
Such a good answer.
Support for the 419 comes from Witro Wealth Management, where we understand that your financial path is personal. Advisory services are offered through Capital Investment Advisory Services, LLC. Securities offered through Capital Investment Group, Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. More information at WitroAdvisors.com.
Destination Toledo. Whether you're a local or a visitor, Destination Toledo invites you to explore the region and be a tourist in Toledo. Find events, dining, and things to do at visittoledo.org.
Workspring. HR issues and employee well-being go hand in hand. Workspring supports employers through compliance, training, and wellness because healthy workplaces don't happen by accidents. Learn more at workspring.org.
Toledo Refining Company, a subsidiary of PDF Energy. Toledo Refining Company is a supplier of fuels that keep our region moving. Located in Oregon, Ohio, the refinery processes crude oil into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and other petroleum products.
And TARTA, celebrating its 55th year of connecting Northwest Ohioans to their community. More information at tarta.com. Welcome back into the 419, powered by WGTE. There's so many cool things happening around the region. Always something for you to find to keep yourself entertained or kind of push you outside your comfort zone. We've got a really cool event coming up again this summer. This is year 2 for Tec Lido. Yeah. We're joined by Darlene Cox, Kristen Comer. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And it's appropriate that we're closing the show with this, right? Because it is a night event closing out a portion of a wonderful weekend in our downtown, just as you guys did last year. So,
what is Tec Lido?
Yes. So Tec Lido, I would like to say in 3 words: unity, love, music. It's a free electronic music festival. And the way that this came about is my husband, Dennis, and I, we volunteered at the very first DEMF, which is the Detroit Electronic Music Festival.
When was that? Not
2000.
Okay.
So when we volunteered, we saw what it did for the community. You saw everybody out there, I mean, every gender, every nationality, every age, and it was just beautiful. The music, how it brought people together, and everybody working together for the good and positive impact for the community. In fact, that year, the city of Detroit gave DEMF over $300,000 as an investment.
Amazing.
Year 2, they ended up, their return on investment and the economic impact that it created was over, let me check this real quick because I want to make sure I get this, because this number is wild, right? It is $90 million of economic impact that it made on the city of Detroit.
Talk about environmental wellness. I mean, getting outside, dancing to some fabulous music with friends. I mean, there's not much really better than that. Tell us about the date of this event and where it is. It's at the Ribbon, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are having it Saturday, June 13th from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And it's going to be at the Glass City Metro Park. We're going to be using the entire Ribbon area. The Poco Piatti is going to be providing wonderful food in the garden. And we're just going to create an atmosphere of fun, dance, community. We're going to have a kids area this year that's going to highlight bubbles. We're going to have some TSA students doing some face painting. We just really want to make this event free and open to everyone.
I love the different uses of the Ribbon.
Isn't it fantastic?
Amazing. They've had a fashion show there that was fabulous. This will be the 2nd year for this event. Obviously, there's roller skating, but it's such a cool venue.
Well, thank you to Matt for opening the doors for us, because if it wasn't for you saying yes and having a belief in what we wanted to do, we wouldn't be here right now. When Dennis and I, we actually had 3 Tec Lidos back in 2014, 15, and 16. That was all funded by me and my husband. So the last year is when we had the first one that was actually at the Ribbon. We met with Doug, our buddy, Dougie Fresh, and we were talking about, he was talking about doing a roller skating disco party or something like that. Well, my husband's like, why don't we do Tec Lido there? And he's like, And that's when he got a hold of you. You said yes, hooked us up with Matt Keaty. And you guys are the best partners. I wouldn't want to grow this with anybody else.
Is Tec Lido an event, an organization, or both?
I would say it's both. So we did start a nonprofit this year, Legacy of Light Foundation, which we are able to get sponsorships through Legacy of Light and fund Tec Lido. It's a lot to put on a festival like this with sound and all of that. And last year we ended up raising just over $10,000, and we threw a free festival for the community, for everyone, all inclusive, and we were able to give back $5,000. And that was to Good Natured and Metro Parks.
But let's talk about the stars of the show, though. I mean, it isn't all charitable. The music is great. So talk to us about the lineup, if that's even the right way to articulate.
Yeah, this year we've got 3 stages. We're expanding. We've got, I think, up to 13 artists
Wow.
Wow.
And 16 artists, I'm sorry.
This just in.
Yes,
Three
this just
more
in.
added this
Six
morning.
just in.
It's the three of us.
That's right. Yeah.
And our headliner is DJ Heather, a woman
Female.
DJ from Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
She's an international DJ, house music. It's going to be something that everybody can dance to. But in every stage, we're going to have a little bit something different. So there's going to be something there for everybody. It's going to be great for the kids. And again, like I said, this music is all inclusive. And we want everybody to come.
That's what I was going to ask you. If some people are like, oh, I don't like techno music, so I'm not going to go. That's not all it is, right?
No,
So
absolutely
talk to us a little bit. I know you mentioned it a couple times, but talked about the breadth of the music. You say it's for everybody. What does it for everybody actually mean?
Yeah, so when you talk about, the styles of music, you can look at techno, house, R&B. Sometimes people are spinning R&B type music into a techno beat.
That's right.
You listen to the things on the radio, in movies. You have that beat that just goes, and it's danceable for anybody.
And it's a real art form. The beat.
Really, you're throwing in jazz, R&B. All this stuff is being mixed together to create music. So it's really something that you feel.
Yeah.
And the sound that we're bringing this year is going to be bigger and louder than last year, so the ribbon's going to be thumping.
There you go.
What we really love is being part of Watershed Weekend.
Yes.
And we are, we just imagine everybody coming over from one side of the river over to the other, over to MLK, over to Tec Lido, to be able to experience it where they may not have ever thought of even going to this event. So I think Watershed Weekend will help us out in bringing in new people that can actually experience this.
And Watershed Weekend, for those that don't know, is June 11th through the 14th. It is a big weekend to celebrate the 50% completion of the Glass City Riverwalk and looking forward to the next 50%. So there's tons of things that people can do that weekend in downtown Toledo.
At the risk of it being embarrassing, tell me the first concert the two of you went to.
Aerosmith.
Where? That's not embarrassing. Where were you?
The sports arena.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
That's a little embarrassing.
Yeah. That's a little embarrassing.
Yeah, for Aerosmith.
And now you're having Tec Lido in the same location where the sports
full
arena
circle.
was.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What about you?
I was a kid, and my mom took me to see the Letterman. Put your head on my shoulder. Yeah. So,
where was that at?
I have no clue.
The sports arena.
The ribbon.
Probably the sports arena.
Yeah. How about you, Gretchen?
Barry Manilow at UT, University of Toledo.
Sure.
Fourth grade.
Counting Crows at the Stranahan.
Nice.
There's a couple I went to with my parents as well, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Beach Boys.
At the Glass Bowl?
It would have been at the Glass Bowl.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
You guys remember that? Were you in Toledo?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a big show.
John Stamos with the Beach Boys.
Oh my God, John Stamos?
Oh yeah.
So you had me with John Stamos.
It was
Now,
great.
what is your vision for Tec Lido? Like, if 5 years from now, if someone's asking you about
to
the
just
progress,
be able to go and not have to keep putting it on.
So, I envision taking over the whole waterfront.
Sure.
And I see masses of people, just like we did when we were sitting there at DMF.
Yeah.
The feeling that you get just looking out at the crowd and just seeing such a diverse crowd.
Yeah.
But you see the smiles on their face. You see people laughing. You see people that don't know each other exchanging information and becoming friends. I see every state coming to Toledo and activating this city.
That's amazing. Most importantly, what does someone wear?
I think
is it
that
like dress
this is
to
kind
impress?
of.
Is it casual?
I think it's casual. I think that we've said last year it was a little bit warm, so we had people taking advantage of the water features there. We had people dressed in all kinds, but I will tell you that as the evening progresses, we're going to get a little glowy after 9 o'clock.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to have some bird's eye view circus. We're going to have a little bit more of a kind of glow in the dark rave experience for the adults. So
I'll become asleep, but I just wanted to know.
If you have been in a cave for over a decade, what's Bird's Eye Circus?
So Bird's Eye View Circus is going to come in and perform some glow experiences with some flow artists and some acrobatics up in the air and stuff that is terrifying and wonderful to watch.
Yeah.
So remind me, so if you went to year one, give me a couple things that year two are add-ons, other than, I think, more, right, which is always something that people are excited about. But what are a couple things that added that both of you like the best of the new?
I think this year I'm really excited personally about the kids area.
Yeah.
I have young grandchildren, and the Glass City is their favorite metro park. So I want to create ways to just create more engagement so people stay longer and they want to have fun. And everyone will do something more for their children sometimes than they will for themselves. And I just want to inspire that.
Totally.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see Bird's Eye View Circus.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So to
and
see
nice
the,
people too.
Yeah,
Sure.
to see the lights, we're really excited to be working with them. And you know, going off what you said as far as what to wear, come as you are. All I can say is this is about authenticity. It's about being yourself. It's about dancing however you want to dance. And it's about moving however you want to move.
Love it.
And it's, you know, that is why this is so welcoming to everybody.
Now, presumably the two of you have never thrown a music festival before. Tell me, not dissimilar to the gentleman from St. Francis, what is one of the more challenging things to execute this than you were anticipating?
Getting people involved sometimes.
Sure.
I love volunteering, so I'm really passionate about that. So I think it's easy for me to translate to try to excite others to do that. And I think, like the gentleman before were saying, kind of staying inspired and not feeling when you hear a no, like that's the end of the road.
Yeah, right.
You just have to kind of dust yourself off and keep going, and knowing that this community wants to support others and deserves this
How
music
did the
festival.
two of you meet?
So I am lucky enough to be dating Dougie Fresh, the Toledo ambassador, and he's brought me into so many people's lives and started talking about this music festival, and Darlene and I just hit it off immediately. So
I love it.
Yeah.
But now, what has been a challenge for you?
So the easy part is the music and throwing the event. The hard part is, I guess I would say, so grateful for the city of Toledo giving us that resolution.
Sure.
Because I really think that before, when we were trying to do this, there was no support. And I think people after year one have seen the success of it, have seen the positive impact and what this makes for the community. And I think the hardest part for me now is just getting the funds that we need in order to put off the best show that we possibly can to bring in as many people as we can.
Well, and we hope to,
in so many areas. I mean, that's the challenge, right? There's a small percentage of people that can see a vision when it doesn't exist. Everybody else has to see it to believe it and buy into it.
But I love, you know, when I look back at what DMF did and how the city funded, and then they got their economic impact
return.
year two.
Right,
I mean, that's what this music can do. And it's, you know, ongoing for years. That it could be bringing people into the city. I mean, it's not just an event. People are going to hotels. People are renting cars. People are going to restaurants. They're shopping. They're doing all kinds of things while they're here for the festival.
All right, it's now time for Gretchen's Wacky Quiz. I'm going to ask 4 rapid-fire questions. Gretchen's going to have you describe Toledo in one word. And then, Matt, you guys can work together to tell Matt the 9 best things in or about Toledo.
Yeah, sure do.
Question number 1, where were you born?
Rossford, Ohio.
Toledo.
All right.
How would you spend a rainy day?
Reading in silence in my chair.
Yes, reading, meditating.
What's the bravest thing you've ever done?
Come on the show.
Bought a business.
Repelled the Key Bank building.
Yeah.
With Victory Center.
You had no chance.
That's hard. That's hard to beat.
I will support them in any way other than repelling from a building. If you had to create a nickname for yourself, what would it be?
Nerd.
Tornado.
I
like it.
What's the one word you would use to describe the city of Toledo or the region?
Evolving.
Love.
Okay,
Yeah, all right.
perfect.
All right, 9 of your favorite things, city and or region. Let's do it.
Museum of Art.
Toledo Metro Parks,
Thank you.
Glass City, and Oak Openings are my 2 favorite.
Okay.
Yes. Tony Pecos.
Dirty Bird.
Dirty Bird, all right. We're halfway home.
The zoo.
The zoo, yep.
zoo.
She said Pacos, snuck that in there.
Yep.
Like it.
I love, I just love to walk, so any Metro Park I can get into.
Absolutely.
One left.
One left, Sip.
Yes.
Sip coffee.
Sip.
Done and done. There you go, Court. Go ahead.
I was going to say I like Sip way better than whatever was before it.
Ooh, Sufficient Grounds?
Rude.
Oh, that was Big B.
Actually, Beaners was in between.
Well, that's right. That's what I meant.
Because, you know.
That's what I meant. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so
you, guys.
much.
Thank you.
Congrats on
I'm
the success
excited.
of
Thank
Tech
you,
Lido.
thank you.
Best of luck this year. If people want more information on Tech Lido, where can they find it?
techlido.live. All of our information is there from, lots of click buttons and
Volunteers, sponsorship, how you can be involved, DJ lineup, where you're going to go. There's even FAQs on there. So if you have questions, check out this site. And then there will be some questions. If not, reach out and we'll make sure we get those FAQs on the site.
Arlene,
Know before you go.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for being
much.
here. When we come back, we'll wrap up this Wellness Wednesday edition of the 419.
You laughed with us. You learned with us.
Hi, neighbor.
We made sure your
together
childhood
again.
was special. Memories that could only be provided by PBS. For generations, we've given you programs that made a difference. Programs that entertained, informed, and inspired. And today is no different. This is WGTE Public Media in Toledo. It's where you belong.
Welcome back into the 419. It's Wellness Wednesday, presented by Workspring. The topic of the day, environmental wellness. Paige is always great. I love having her on.
She is great. Yeah.
Certainly,
She's the director.
She's the director of wellness.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing.
She's not just a senior wellness
No.
consultant.
Yeah.
She is the director of all wellness.
That's right.
In really all of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's accurate, but
Yeah.
I like it.
The world.
The young men from St. Francis were so good.
They were so good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's encouraging. I think every time I have an interaction with somebody in the high school kids, right? The young man we had from St. John's on the
Yes.
show, the young man from St. Francis. It's a reminder that like we're okay.
We're
We're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, the faster we can pass it to them, maybe the better.
Right.
And then, of course, Tech Lido is such a cool event.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yes.
Right? When I think about a music festival, I don't instantly go to electronic music.
Shocking.
But I think the story of that is probably not terribly unique, but I think it's worth mentioning. That's a group of people that got together to do it because they like those things and wanted to bring one to their hometown, right? So that is important to highlight.
And I think it does go to the wellness theme.
I agree.
Yeah.
Doing stuff for other people, getting together with your friends and doing something fun and throwing a huge party and dancing outside. I mean, come on. It's
Bettering
great.
your community, the whole boat.
Right.
Well, it's not just someone. I mean, when I talk about like Jeep Fest, is not about the Jeep.
Yeah.
Right.
It's about community. It's about coming together. And so, yes, we all sort of like the Jeep, so we come together for it. But really, it's bigger than that. And that's what Tech Lido is. That I don't care if you like the music or not, right? If you like people and you like Toledo, come on out and be part of it.
It's gonna be great.
So,
Yep.
awesome. April 19th, 419 Day. We've got an exciting show, live taping.
It's an
out
interesting
at
mix of guests.
Juke Mode.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, we're going to
Some big
have
gets.
Elaine Trudell from Live Arts Toledo. We'll have Lucas County Commissioner Pete Gherkin, and then also Chris Wormley, former NFL football player.
So one of the things that we are slowly releasing is that I'm challenging each one of our guests to different things. So Elaine and I are going to have a trumpet off.
Oh.
He's going to win.
Then Pete Gherkin and I are going to do a small, I would describe it
But you
as-
need to finish that sentence.
we were going to have a small athletic competition. We are going to do a cone run.
Okay.
In Monroe Street. His wishes.
Hold the cone and go running.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yep,
right.
got it.
Or sit. And then Chris Wormley and our beloved Shane, we're going to have a rib eating competition. The fastest to eat a rack of ribs
I need to let
wins.
Chris know this is coming.
We will have an ambulance on
More
standby.
information online. Check our social media channels. If you missed any part of the show, 7 a.m. on YouTube, 3 p.m. on FM 91, and 6 p.m. on WGTE Connects channel 30.4. Thanks to all of our guests for being on the program, and thanks to you for joining us as well. It's the 419, powered by WGTE, presented by Wheatro Wealth Management.
The 419, powered by WGTE, is made possible in part by supporters like you. Thank you.